a week and a half away from it being 3 years, the anniversary of when my 2-year-old drowned, and he's fine, but he did drown, and it was because a little toy locked the gate from completely shutting. I robotically dropped my phone, ran straight through that gate, and I just jumped in. I knew he was in there. I couldn't see him. And he was at the very bottom against the wall where he had been trying to get out.
My goodness. Hey guys, welcome back to Let's Be Real. This week I'm sitting down with Chontel Duncan for a conversation that touches every part of my life: parenting, family, relationships, business, and learning to trust your gut. I'm super excited to have Chontel on. She's such an inspiring mama of 5, juggling it all, navigating motherhood, work, and everything else. So welcome.
Thank you. That's a mouthful.
I know. I'm like, you've got a lot going on, and we were just talking about the 5 kids.
Yes, I feel like we can relate quite a
Girl,
bit.
I've never felt so seen. Like when you came in and you're like a bit out of breath, I'm like, that's me everywhere I go.
Yeah, I feel like a chaotic, organised mess. Very disheveled, but very not.
Yeah. Some days can be so smooth. Like you're organised, everyone's dropped off the right places, everyone's like some kind of routine. And then some days I'm honestly like wearing my top backwards, forgotten to pack school lunches.
Right.
Like I'm like, how can I be so extreme one to another?
Yeah, it's not consistent.
Yeah.
It's very pick and choose your days and your moods, and yeah, you're just trying to survive. I feel like I'm just surviving.
Yeah.
But enjoying it. Don't get me wrong.
I think that's like a really important thing. Like sometimes I used to look at situations. We don't say the word stressed in our household. We say under pressure. So I used to look at situations and be like, you know what, I'm under a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
But now while I'm under pressure, I really try to enjoy it. Like a child could be having a tantrum and losing it, and they're screaming and one's hanging off like something, and I'm actually just like laughing through it and be like, this is like going to pass and they're all going to be older. No one's even going to be hanging out with us. Like this is going to be a memory.
Sound like me. I always say high pressure is high performance, and that's what we thrive under.
Oh, I love that.
And we laugh so much, my husband and I, because of how much
chaos.
Really funny things happen having 5 kids, and I'll be on the phone to him and he's like, oh my gosh, I got to go. And I'm like, is everything okay? He goes, hang on, Justice is at the top of the stairs with a scooter. I don't know how we got the scooter. It's like Jackass type of things with 4 boys, but I feel you.
Yeah, we've had the same conversations. My husband will go down to like the shops and be like, I've just lost one. They're running through the aisles. I've got to go. I'll speak to you soon. I'm like, okay, just watch the kids. We can talk when you get home. But honestly, I love that. I feel like we're going to get along really well. Okay, well, there's so much to cover with you. I honestly don't even know where to start because you have such an interesting life and past and how you've been brought up and everything that I honestly feel like you could write a book.
When you said that, I was like, I don't have time. Don't add more. And I said it to my EA on my drive here. I said,
you honestly
might need
could.
2 podcasts.
Yeah.
She also suggested a book, and she's like, Sean, you're giving me a heart attack.
Yeah.
I'm like,
but you do have a really interesting life. So let's just start with a bit of a brief on your background, because I feel like background usually does shape a lot of people and how they are now with their lives and with their own parenting.
yeah.
So let's give a little bit of a background to your life, Chontel.
So my name's Chontel Duncan. I'm married with 5 children, married to my high school sweetheart. I met him at 14, which is crazy. And we started a gym together back in 2011, 2012. We still run it. We've had a franchise of gyms. We had around 10 at one point.
Wow.
It wasn't for us. We redirected, flipped them over into their own businesses and went online and created an app. We have really similar, if not like exact values when it comes to what we want in life and where wealth is in our eyes. We live life very stress-free in a very high-stress environment. Mm-hmm. I think we work really well under pressure because of, as you said, the life that we've lived and the experiences that we've had. I always think that life happens for you and as sad and as hard as it can sound, there is a blessing in a lot of our challenges, and that's why we are the people we are today. So we are grateful to have lived through what we've gone through.
Yeah, I speak about challenges quite a bit, and I'm definitely the one who tries to take a lesson from anything bad that's happened to me. I always try to flip it. Like I sit in the situation and I let myself feel sad and whatever those feelings are, but then I really try to get a lesson from it and move forward, because I feel like there's so many things that can happen in life and it can really wreck you and end you. Like there's people that then they become drug addicts, they become homeless, like it changes their whole lives. And then there's people that can really share their story, you know, show other people you go through things too, you're not alone, I've been through this too, and kind of take it to a positive.
Yeah.
And I feel like you're really doing that, and that's so inspiring. So Chontel, you grew up in a rough household, to say the least, right? Your dad was a drug dealer in drugs.
Yeah, there was drugs, there was DV, there were just, it wasn't the household that I would want to shine and celebrate and talk about as a child. I very much disguised this when I would be in environments with even other family members, and at school especially, I just tried so hard to disguise what was happening. And I think that resilience that I got from that experience really made me seek what I wanted in life in a sense of not money, more so security. And I think that's what I really struggled with, is not having that security, not knowing what was going to happen when you come home, not being able to, I guess, have the childhood where you got that freedom and that way of being able to express yourself without concern of upsetting or disrupting something that is quite extreme. And so I learned very much to shut my mouth, do what you need to do without asking for help, don't be a problem, get out of the way, and just hold your breath, because tomorrow might be a better day, and just hang on to the good days and really push aside and suppress the bad, because no one talks about it. Everything goes and gets pushed under the rug. Yeah. And no one speaks about it in our family.
Wow. And has that like really hugely impacted how you parent your children now?
Yeah. And also my decisions on who I chose to marry and the type of person I chose for my children, and the things that I don't get stressed over that you normally would say is quite stressful, having a busy household and having a lot of chaotic calendar schedules and things like that. I really love that I get to live in an environment that's loud, but it's a positive noise in my house, and that I have every seat at my table filled with children that are mine, that have both parents. And it's not that you need to have both parents. It's that they are able to have a mum and dad that value them, that want them in their life, that want to show up for them, whether that be a step or whatnot. But it's someone who values them and wants them to feel included and a part of something, and that they have a roof over their head that is secure.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what it looks like. It's just a secure home. There's food on the table that I can afford. There's mouths that are eating it that are healthy. My children don't have anything that make me lose sleep at night now. And I just, there's so much value in what we have worked for. And I think I know that comes from what I grew up with and what my husband grew up with. And when you are saying some people can have a different perspective and focus on their situation, and that can lead them down the path of feeling victimized and feeling a lot of pity and just not having the confidence or any sort of light to see change or possibility to change. My husband and his next in line brother took the route of putting the hard work in and changing their path, whereas the other two didn't. And they were deported, they're in jail, and their lives are terrible. And you can understand why, because of the way they were brought up, but you can also see through my husband and his brother's path that you can make a big change, but no one can deny you of hard work. And that's something that my husband and I always live by. And I know that you can't it's not your fault who raises you, and it's not your choice, but it is your choice once you're 18 to make those decisions, and that is your responsibility from that point forward. And that's just in my experience. It's not for everyone to relate to, but I definitely love using my platform to shine light on these areas where we've been able to flourish and grow and really break the chain.
Yeah, and I think that's so inspiring because a lot of people, like you said, you don't choose who your parents are. You don't choose the household you're growing up in.
No.
So I think that's so inspiring that you're showing people that you can break the chain, make your own family, be successful, have your own businesses and have a healthy life. And be, an amazing mum and I'm sure your partner, dad to the kids, which is so amazing. So Chontel, you've lived through moments that would shake any parent, any woman. When you look back at your journey so far, what do you think life has taught you the most about resilience and trusting yourself?
Not having anyone to fall back on. So when I became an adult, that was it. It was go get a place to live, make sure you have a job. There is no home for you to come back to now. And that pressure is high performance. I would always juggle multiple jobs, and that has shaped me to be able to maintain a clear direction, clear decisions, channel or pivot or find a solution. I'm very solution orientated, and this is because I've had no other option but to find another way out. And that has helped me in situations of really high pressured moments in life. And I feel in those moments, I know how to control and move forward and handle myself a lot better without that stress almost killing my every being. And there's been, which we'll get into, a heap of different moments where things have put a lot of pressure on me. And I feel so grateful that I can handle that pressure to a degree because of the type of resilience I've gained.
Yeah. Wow. Let's get into some of those things because, you, like some of your stories, I'm like, wow, Chontel. Crazy situations. I want to talk about your son, Paris, because I feel like this is every parent's nightmare. And actually leaving the house today, I was like, keep an eye, because I've got someone watching the kids and it's school holidays. I was like, keep an eye on the kids and the pool, because all it takes is 1 second. It can happen to absolutely anyone. And we live in Australia. We're all like, it's summer. We're all, family gatherings and barbecues. And I almost feel like for me, I get more stressed out this time of year because we have so many friends and family over. And I feel like more eyes is worse because everyone thinks they're watching the kids. I feel like it makes me stress even more.
I'm with you.
I want to hear about this story because I feel like this is really important for other parents to hear, other mummies to hear and spread awareness.
So I am passionate about sharing this story, and I know you weren't sure whether I did want to talk about it, but it's important because of what you just explained. This is a moment in our year where we have guests, we have celebrations, we have so many in and outs, and too many eyes can sometimes be really miscommunicated and things can happen, and it only takes a minute. It literally only takes a minute. And when you've got a divide in age group with children and you've got the older ones that can reach a gate and the younger ones that can't swim yet, this is where it happens. And you can't put that pressure on those kids. They're still kids. And so it was almost 3 years. I reckon we're about a week and a half away from it being 3 years, the anniversary of when my 2-year-old drowned, and he's fine, but he did drown, and it was because a pool toy blocked the gate from completely shutting. Now, he couldn't swim, and every time he swam, he had a floaty device on, and I don't know why I just happened to have thought to look where he was, because we were actually quite busy trying to prep the house for everyone to come over because we were hosting Christmas. And I think this is why this year And a lot of the years from then, I don't have the urge to host Christmas anymore. And I'm not going to cry. And so I just thought, crap, where's the kids? I was vacuuming and I don't know, I walked straight outside. I didn't walk around the side of the house, inside. Everything's open. We're trying to set the house up. Now you're crying.
Yeah,
I'm
I
very
can't. Even thinking
empathetic.
of this. Yeah.
Is that the right word? And okay, I'm not going to look at you. And so I walked outside and I didn't see anything, couldn't see anything in the pool. And as I turned around, I noticed the gate was slightly opened. Mm-hmm. And this is the high pressure environment that I'm talking about, is that I robotically dropped my phone, ran straight through that gate, and I just jumped in. I knew he was in there. I couldn't see him. And he was at the very bottom against the wall where he had been trying to get out.
My goodness.
And I screamed so loud just before I jumped under. And my husband's like, I've never heard that sound. And he came running out. And I had this lifeless body in my hands.
Oh my goodness.
My husband ripped him out of my hands and we looked at each other and it was like we were in a war zone. We were so in control. He ripped him out of my hands, put him straight down and started CPR and said, get the phone. And I couldn't remember dropping the phone though. And I ran past it, ran back, and I'm just like, I can't find the fucking phone. And then my two elder boys were just standing there watching the entire thing.
Oh my goodness.
My husband's managed to get my son, started CPR. It's quite a blur. Found the phone, called 000. They were there in seconds. It felt like seconds. He had him up, breathing by the time the ambulance came, and I took him, went straight into the ambulance, and off we went. And my husband, I just kind of left. I didn't really get a chance to talk to my husband. I just wanted to make sure there was nothing left in him to keep, they can drown still, like post.
Left in the lungs.
Yeah. And, you know, our career as trainers, we do CPR and first aid and we keep it up to date. We're probably 13 or 12 years in at that point, so I've done it so many times.
Wow.
And we were in control of the whole situation. We knew exactly what we needed to do. I just count my blessings that we are so on top of our skill set when it comes to this, but also that we didn't sit there and freeze, because you can completely freeze and not be confident in knowing what to do and how to save your child's life or a child's life. And it's scary. It's so scary because you don't know if he's going to come back. You don't know how long he's been under for. You don't know what the damage is. And he was under for 2.5 minutes.
What? Oh my goodness.
When we got to the end of his stay in hospital, they couldn't find any water in his lungs. They said his body had locked and shuttered off. He didn't swallow anything.
Wow.
So rare.
Yeah,
This
wow.
situation was so rare. And when we walked out, they're like, Merry Christmas, count your blessings, because we've seen a lot of children not walk out of this hospital.
Wow.
And I was just like, as soon as we get home, I don't care who's at my house. We're going straight to the shops and getting our family Christmas photos with Santa. This photo just means so much to me because we weren't meant to be together. You know, there was so many, we were so close to not having that Christmas with him. And he's our little blessing in such a special way for that reason. And I went straight online and shared what had happened because we were 2 days out from Chrissy, and I just knew so many Aussie families are going to be around a pool and they're going to be so busy trying to set up their house and make Christmas perfect, but Christmas is not perfect if you don't have the ones that you love there. And so I just never want to not take a lesson from an experience and potentially save another child's life, another family from experience that.
Definitely.
But yeah, it's just one of those things. Like, you have older siblings, anything can happen. You can be the most incredible parent when they're in the pool and get them out, but you don't see the other ones and what they're doing sometimes.
Yeah.
And you're so distracted and busy in life and everything's so fast paced that it takes a moment.
Yeah. And I think it's so amazing that you jumped online and shared that, because I think a lot of mums, they would feel, oh, I don't want to be judged as like a bad mum, or I wasn't watching, or I was doing this, or I was doing that. But with 5 kids, even a couple of kids, you only have 2 eyes, 2 hands, preparing dinner, cleaning, bathing another child, having a shower, going to the bathroom, having a bite to eat yourself. It's impossible to be looking everywhere at every time. And when you add in the older kids, like you said, it just throws in, like I have that issue all the time with the older kids now, because they don't realize, like one was blow drying their hair and left the blow dryer right next to the tap. And I'm like, I've got a 4-year-old that could just, tip that into the sink, and then it's never ending because it's those different age gaps. But I think that's so inspiring for you to share. And I think that even to help one person, just be a little bit more alert to make sure, if anyone's ever swimming or the gate or whatever it is, just to be that little bit more alert is a huge thing. My sister, Star, do you know I have a sister, Star? Yeah. She's younger. She's living in London at the moment. She actually drowned when she was little as well. Like my mum found her at the bottom of the pool, blue, same thing, CPR, and came back to life. But I think it was something similar, like something keeping the gate open. I'm not sure what it was. But I just remember like she was actually blue and not breathing.
Yeah.
It's just so common.
And it's so common. That's what the hospital explained, is that you're not going to believe the numbers that come through at this time of the year, because parents are busy. People are distracted. And I just preached for everyone to check their fences and parents to get qualified with their first aid and CPR and keep it up to date, because that skill set alone, we would not have had the time with 2.5 minutes of no oxygen. We wouldn't have had enough time to wait for the ambulance to come through. And even trying to be told how to do it over the phone is still so difficult if you're not confident. Confidence is key. And
with CPR.
And that's what resilience gives you, is to be able to be in control in really hard periods. And then the training alone then gives you that confidence on top of it. So I do believe that I need to use my platform in as many ways as possible and give some leniency to parents. We're not perfect, and I don't want parents to put this pressure on themselves. And sharing that, judge me, I don't care. I really don't care. I know I'm a good mum because, trust me, where I came from, I know I'm doing great.
Yeah. Wow. So that's a little reminder for everyone to go and do your first aid course. I need a refresh. I've done a couple of times, but I'm not confident. So I do need to go and refresh. But I actually had a situation with one of my kids where he got a coin stuck in his throat.
Wow.
And that's what made me go and get the course done, because I did the wrong thing where I tried to get it out, which then can push it further down and block off the airways where you're meant to turn them and hit them from the back. So I think it's really important to all parents, because like you said, it's no parent's perfect, and we don't have, we've got 2 arms, 2 eyes.
We're human. Human error is just natural. We walk around with a defibrillator in our car. We have the choking mechanism device.
I've got one of those.
Yes, first aid kits in the car. Everywhere we go, it's like my husband wants to save someone's life. It's just something that I think is instilled in us since that situation. And then there's another one as well. But
Yeah. So you've had the 4 pregnancies?
4 pregnancies?
Yeah, I was going to say 5. I'm like, no, you've got twins.
Yeah.
The 4 pregnancies. How have they all been for you?
So first one, I thought, what is everyone complaining about? Pregnancy is insane. I love it. I'm so fit. I feel great. I got no nausea. I love my belly growing, and had the second one, thought the same. I was like, I'm probably just one of those people. Pregnancy is really easy. Love it. Breastfeeding, amazing. Then came the third. Totally different experience. Totally different. I had a threatened miscarriage, which is it's like a hematoma. Your body tries to miscarriage the baby, but it doesn't completely do the whole process. So you got to stop the bleeding. You got to keep your body really calm, no heavy lifting, no fast movement. Don't sneeze too hard. Keep on bed rest and just keep that baby still for at least 30 weeks. Like keep them in there for as long as you can. They'll pump you with steroids closer to the period where you might go early. Your membrane will weaken because of this, so they will come earlier. Just prepare yourself. But also we can't guarantee you're going to have this baby, and this is at 13, 14 weeks. So I felt so disconnected because I didn't want to connect myself with something I might not have. And I really struggled mentally. My life is based around movement, and I wasn't able to move. I couldn't be there for my team. I was showing up online hiding that I was pregnant. I didn't announce I was 30-something weeks.
Oh, wow.
I had a due diligence to keep promoting the companies I was signed with, and I wasn't allowed to share this because it might stop sales. And there was so much pressure when I was going through something that made me realize that this is the difference between female and male. But again, resilience. I'll do my job, but I'll also put in the extra work to do the other things outside of that and look after what I need to. And so, you know, maybe I should have stood up for myself a little bit more, but I move on very fast, and I just needed to stay focused on keeping this baby still. Taking photos from here up to like help promote whatever they needed. And it was tricky. I was going through and spiraling close to depression. Maybe I was, maybe I wasn't, I don't know. I was just sad and so out. It was an out-of-body experience, feeling something but trying not to feel it because you just don't know, and then not making the kids too excited because you don't know what the repercussions will be of this and how to navigate something, but not having any parental support, and just building that resilience again and really connecting with my husband on this and letting life happen for you. And then he came at 35 weeks. He is so healthy. Everything was fine, but I just really quickly got that realization that pregnancy can be absolutely terrifying and hard, and I was sick and weak. I felt, And he came, and I was very lucky, and I said, that's it, we're done. I don't want to do that again. 3 babies, healthy babies. Yeah. Let's just end it there and be satisfied. And we both agreed. We were very satisfied. We felt complete, and that wasn't the end.
Then the twins.
The surprise.
Oh my gosh.
He was our middle child, not our baby. That pregnancy. And
how was that pregnancy with the twins?
Exactly the same. It was a high risk threatened miscarriage, which doesn't normally happen again, and it did. Because I wasn't planning on having another baby, and it was a surprise. It was just this one time, and I remember finding out because I felt weird, and I had a pregnancy test left in the bathroom, and I had my bestie, her husband, and her 4 kids living with us because they were renovating, and I did not want them to go rent somewhere. I said, stay with us, save your money. You're renovating typical islander. Yeah, there's a couch, there's a lounge.
Sounds like
mattress.
My husband with 100 people that come and stay at our house too.
Yeah, like why not? Just bring them all over. It'll be a memory. We'll never get to experience this ever again. And so it was beautiful, but it was chaotic to all happen at once. And I'm kind of lucky I had them there because my best friend is the most incredible human. But anyways, I did the test. My husband had slept in my eldest son's room. He had a nightmare and he went in there and fell asleep and never came back to our room. And I just pegged this pregnancy test at him, and he looked up at it and he goes, whose is that? Thinking it might be my friend. She's just had a 4-week-old baby. Samuel, it's ours. And he's like, oh. I was like, yeah. Anyways, I've got to go to work, but we'll sort this out later. And then being the 4th pregnancy, I didn't make any arrangements to get any appointments done. I was busy with work. I then had to go to Melbourne to shoot for an app, and I had to do all this physical activity, and I was around 6-8 weeks then.
Oh my gosh.
Still not aware. And then I got back and I was so sick, and I was just thinking, I suck at pregnancy now. This is just how it is. 3rd one was hard and this is hard. And I went to the appointment to get the scan, and it's the same room I've been in every single time. And the lady is lovely, great sass. I had a mask on. It was during the period of where you had to mask up everywhere you went. And I guess she couldn't really tell I was sarcastic, and I'm very sarcastic with my husband especially. And she goes, congratulations, what baby is this? And I said, baby number 4. And if it's twins, I'm going to punch him in the throat. And she's like, huh? And I'm like, yeah. So we weren't planning on having another baby, and twins would just be very, very difficult. My youngest is 9 months, and I have a 2-year-old and a 3-year-old. So, or just gone 4-year-old.
Oh my gosh.
She's like, okay, and goes and does the scan, but doesn't turn the TV on in front. I said, excuse me, can you turn the TV on, please? She goes, oh, I can't. I'm too short, can't reach.
Oh my
I'm like,
gosh.
I can reach, get the remote.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Strange.
And she's just bluffing us for a bit there. And I'm looking at Sam. Obviously, you can't really see our facial expressions yet. She's not really staring at us. And then she goes, I need to go get my manager. I'll be back. And that's never happened.
Yeah, that's a bit strange.
I said to Sam, it's twins. He's like, no, it's not. I said, it's twins. Why is she going to get someone? And he goes, no, Sean, it could actually be something wrong. And I was like, nah, it's twins.
Oh my God, you just knew.
I just feel so sick, babe. I feel like everything's
Double
so
the
much
sickness.
harder. Yeah. And she comes back with the manager, and the manager's like, okay, guys, hold hands, please. Please hold hands. I'm about to turn the TV on. She turns the TV on, and I turned around to her and I said, please tell me that's a split screen. And this sounds awful. I sound like a witch. So please tell me
I think you sound like any normal mama with a 4, 2 and 9 month old.
Yeah. And she's like, no, congratulations. And obviously this lady has not briefed her. Congratulations, you got twins. And I was like crying. It just happened so quickly. And she goes, no, they're the healthiest type of twins that you would like. The placentas are so separated. They are the most successful type of twins that you would like to have. I thought, so they're really happening? Oh my goodness. And like in my heart and in my head, like this is happening. There's no other way out of this. Like I'm having these twins and I'm going to own this, but I need a moment to just, the shock.
Yeah.
I just need a moment, and I'm crying. She goes, okay, I'm going to leave now.
What did your husband do?
He doesn't say much. Communicator, not his strongest point. And he's just holding my hand and he's like, you're okay? Samuel, don't have anything to say, just don't ask that one. And then I don't know, the appointment ended. I got into the car and I FaceTime my best friend, and she's on mat leave. She's got this 4-week-old at home. And she takes a call, and I just am bawling. She's like, oh no, thinking the worst. She's like, is it? And I'm like, it's twins. And she's like, oh, right. And I'm like, I don't know how I'm going to do this. I don't have any help.
That's what I was going to ask you. Do you have help with the kids?
No, I was like, we can't afford to have like any support.
So how do you do the 5 now with working? Do your husband and you take turns?
Yeah. And she was all I needed right at that moment. And she's like, you know what, Sean? Cry now and then choose a minute and get over it after that minute. If there's anyone that can do this, it's you. You are so lucky. You've got this. You are destined for this future. This is what you need. This is what you've always wanted. You can do it. You can do hard things.
Family.
And I was like, yeah, okay.
You're like, right. 5 kids could actually be fun.
I'm like, all right, I'll cry for the next 5 minutes and then that's it. We're going to own it. We're going to get it done. And we had twins, but they weren't easy.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. And do you know what?
Insane.
I was such a chicken. I always wanted a big family, and I was such a chicken that I couldn't do it because I was so terrified of what happened with the 3rd pregnancy, and life knows what you need. Mm-hmm. And I can't believe how amazing life is with these 2 extra blessings that complete our family. We are now complete.
Oh my gosh. That is so beautiful. But I need some life hacks for the 5 kids. Like, how do you manage the 5? Like, what are just some basic ones that is like, this just works? Like, you pre-cook dinner, you buy meal preps, you get dinners delivered. Someone helps with the laundry. The kids do their own laundry. What are a couple of things for mums that are like running after a couple of kids and then they can hear this from 5 kids?
Okay, so dinners, it's what you get and you don't get upset is the repeated conversation or phrase in our house, and they all say it as well. And if they don't finish their dinner, there's no smorgasbord at my house. It's what's been served. If you don't want it, Glad wrap it goes on the bench or in the fridge. Okay. And you can get it back when you decide that you actually are too hungry, and you will eat it. And I don't force my children to finish their plates or I don't try to control everything they're doing at the table, but if they don't want it, that's on them. And if they feel like they need to eat, then they will make that decision. I kind of give it to them, but I don't know if you feel this, but when you have multiple children, the peer pressure and the motivation they get from that pressure, they tend to explore more foods and want to finish first and be proud to have the empty plate. And if one child is capable of listening to take the plate to the sink and giving really good reinforcement of praise to that child and giving the attention to them really heavily when they're doing the right thing, the others tend to want to it's cool to be the one that does the right thing, and really encouraging them to clean up. We play songs to clean up. If we want to move to another area of the house, we have to make sure the other area is clean.
Oh, I like that.
So we want to go in the backyard, perfect. Well, don't leave the lounge room the way that you've left it. Let's all do. If we all pick up one thing, we'll all get it done together.
Yeah.
We play a song, we make it fun, and then we all go outside. But just being so consistent, because the second you break and one of them sees it, you've got to try and undo that, and it takes a while. They know their boundaries based off what you set. So sticking to what you say and being consistent with that. When it comes to undies, all the boys have the same undies. There's just one type. The 2 older ones share. I know that sounds terrible, but they share and they're all the one size. No one's like, I wanted the blue, I wanted that. It's all one colour. Same with the 2 little boys.
There
Obviously,
you go,
the girl
right
gets
there.
Yeah, the girl gets what she needs because there's one.
Yeah.
Plates, everything, cups, all one colour. No one fights over that.
Love.
When it comes to, I don't know, like there's so many things I probably could think of when I get out of here, but it's just making sure that you set an example with all of them evenly and follow through.
Okay, guys, so we actually have ran out of time with this busy mama, and we have only just scratched the surface. So we are going to be back for another episode, and we are getting real. There are a lot of things that Chontel is going to open up about, and I think people will really love how vulnerable you are, Chontel. One of those things is you having to do CPR on your daughter, and that story, which when I was listening to that, when you were telling me about it yesterday, I was literally in tears in the shopping centre. So we're going to talk on that, guys, and also about your relationship, because more kids can add more stress to relationship, but also we're just learning as we go as regular people, husband and wife. So I want to hear about your relationship, because it hasn't always been just steady days. You guys have gone through it.
Yes,
and
we sure have.
You are being really vulnerable and open about that. And I think that's really important, because if everyone says their relationship's perfect, I'm sorry, but that's not true. And I don't believe that for a second. Marriage is hard work. It's not easy, and we all go through it. So we're going to talk on something that you and your partner have gone through also. So
I don't think I've shared it before, to be
honest.
my
Gosh, we'll keep it for my podcast. And guys, make sure you tune into the next episode of Let's Be Real with Chontel. See you there.